Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Very nice to be here. I actually come from the East End of London. Like most East End kids, I messed up my education because they left the gate open. I went to a tough inner city comp with low expectations. In the third year, the careers officer turned up and he asked us what we'd like to do with our lives. The most ambitious kid in the class is Gary Hutton because he wants to drive a van. We erupted. We're like, you dreamer, Hutton. He's never gonna drive a van. No kid from this school has ever gone on to drive a van. Come on, Hutton, you know why this school is here. This school is here to produce the people who carry the stuff to the van. Seemed like a long time ago, my school memories. In my 40s now, getting tired. Don't go out much anymore. I've reached the point, if I queue up to get into a nightclub, and the bouncer says you can't come in, I just look at him and say, oh, thanks, mate. My feet are absolutely killing me, they are. Can't actually remember the last time we ended up out. You know what I mean by this, don't you? The fact that in the UK we drink so much, we have different levels of being out, different types. I'll talk you through them. You pop out just to go to the shops, you've got to get a couple of bits, and you bump into a friend who says, should we have a quick drink? And you go, yeah, only a quick one, though, because I'm very busy. 3 hours later, you're still in the pub. And then what happens is the evening people come in. These people are going out properly. These people are going what we like to call out. Now, the out people come up to you, don't they? And they go, you going to come out with us? And you go, I can't come out. I didn't even come out. I only popped out. The out people don't want to hear this. They look at you, they go, look, you popped out. You've ended up out. You may as well come out. If you've got just the right amount of alcohol in your system, you look at them, you go, you know what? I'm coming out. 5 hours later, you're in some horrendous nightclub. Sinatra's or Cinderella's, some hellhole. You're drunk now, and you feel you've got a crazy story for everybody. And you walk up to people. You go, do you know what? I didn't even come out. I only popped out. Now look at me. I'm out. I think the reason you feel so compelled to keep telling this rather long-winded story, because you're standing there in your carpet slippers. With a pint of milk and a cut loaf. People of Brighton, you've been absolutely lovely. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very lovely, Brighton. It's not all lovely, though, is it? I've been down West Street on Saturday night. And this afternoon, I went over to the Churchill Centre, and I was just wandering around, because it's not all vegetarian shoes and wind chimes, is it? Let's be honest. And I was looking around, honest to God, the people in there, and I was thinking, this is weird, because everyone's dressed for the gym, but you know no one's going. Isn't it? They're all covered in, like, Nike, Adidas, Kappa. I think it's ironic, isn't it, that often the more words people have written on their clothing, the less they can actually read. But to be honest with you, recently I've been having trouble sleeping, so I did actually go to the doctor about it, and she said the thing they always say, like 4 or 5 hours before you go to bed, don't drink any more tea or coffee. But then she goes, in fact, the best thing to do is have a relaxing glass of wine. How nice is that for a doctor? So that's what I've been doing. So every night before I go to bed, I have a glass of wine. I mean, it's not always easy, you know, because sometimes I'm already very drunk. Because I love going for a drink, but what I hate is the organising your friends, because there's always people who've got difficulties. Like my friend Katie, her difficulty is, well, she's got 2 beautiful children, right? She's also got one really, really ugly one. No, honest to God, it's like if Wayne Rooney had shagged the ginger one from Girls Aloud, that's this child. Yeah. No, sometimes I do go, oh, could you just turn her around? Oh, thanks. So let me ask tonight, Brighton, do we have people in love here tonight? People in love? A few women? All right, just out of interest, let me ask another question. Make some noise if you are married or in a relationship. Wow. That's really quite a lot more than said they were in love. That is very sad. But I'm actually with you. I'm with the second lot. The people in love, there is nothing more annoying than the newly in love couple, is there? They are so annoying. Like, my friend has been single a long time, and now she's just met someone special. So, I'm pleased for her because, it's difficult to meet people, especially as you get older. She had to go to salsa classes and learn all kind of skills she had no interest in at all, right? But now she's met this guy, she will not shut up about it. This is just one of the annoying things she said to me. She goes, Jo, do you know sometimes when we're in bed and he's asleep, I will sit up just to watch him sleeping. Yeah, bang. And also, how scary is that? You wake up, she's staring at you. How many people here are more like me? How many people here, be honest, have ever gone to bed so angry at your partner that you pretend to have a nightmare just so that you can roll over and smack them in the head? I've done that twice this week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Brighton, I've enjoyed you this evening because, to me, comedy is like sex. Like, beforehand, you're a little nervous. During, best feeling ever. And then afterwards, I get paid. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello. How are you?
All right.
I'll give you a couple of seconds to readjust, because I recognise I come as quite the anticlimax. Down in and out. Oh, yeah! Oh, dear. Seriously, though. It's important how you talk, because people decide very quickly whether they can be bothered to listen to you or not. And the best tip I ever got was from a teacher, because it's important that teachers are heard, because they impart, serious facts. My teacher, the best teacher I ever had was my technology teacher. To make us listen at school, what he used to do, every now and again, he'd put a little speech impediment on, right? Not a big one, just sometimes at the end of sentences, he'd make a little noise. So we'd be sat round and he'd go, don't forget, lads, if you are going to do a dovetail joint, just reinforce it with some PVA glue. And that was it. That is poetry when you're 15. That is one lesson you are never missing. And of course, it's genius for a teacher, because we were listening out for it, accidentally learning stuff. And I think he knew, because as a reward, he'd always do a nice big one at Christmas. Like, don't forget, lads, that will be on the exam. School was the last time I was really happy with myself, I think. Because school, you don't know who you are, you're still learning. You go to university to find out who you are. And I went to university and found out I'm a prick. Yeah, it's a real blow to me. I have compulsions about cleanliness, which are not kept by most students. You go to university to find out you're cool, you try drugs, you have sex. I found out I like stuff tidy and in its place. Which is devastating when your flatmates are bursting into your room going, "Well, I got a spoon up my arse, let's do some and go out." I was more like, well, why don't we wash that spoon? I'm much happier on my own. I'm very angry when I leave. When I go out now, I'm a very angry person if I see things done how I, don't think they should be done. Like when I drive, generally I don't assert my anger because I'm aware I've got a punchable enough face as it is without provoking the matter. But it's only when I drive I become Mr. Confident because my brain goes, "Ooh, John, I've had a quick scan round and you're wrapped in metal now." That's the definition of Robocop, isn't it? So when I'm in my car, I love my horn. I really love to blast the horn. And there's a lot of cliches about small men who blast their horn. I just do it to get it out of my system. If someone cuts me up, I want them to know they've done it. So I'll just, "Screw you, society." The problem is I drive a Ford Fiesta. That's not the most masculine horn on the market, that one. What's supposed to come out as "screw you, society" tends to come out as "stop it." But it ruins... I've been single for a long time now because you need to have a certain confidence, I think, to get in a relationship. You need to be able to go up to someone. My friends love it. My friends that are single love being able to go up to strangers in a bar and know that they know nothing about them. I hate that. I'd rather, if I see someone I like, I'd rather just go up to them, give them a laminated list of everything I'm good and shit at. There you go, that's the full package. You see what you think? I'll just be over here crying into a drink. But my friends love that. Oh, yeah, what do? I'm a ninja. Probably not a ninja, then they wouldn't have seen you. Otherwise, you're pretty crap at your job. But then they go back, and the sex thing, it's confidence in sex now is crucial. They love the fact that you can go back with someone and go, you'll probably never have had it like this before. And, you know, I can do that, but it's more of a, you'll probably never have had it like this before. I don't know if you've ever been with what they call a crier. That's all the time I've got. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Take care. Good night.
Let's hear it for the beer! All hail to the ale! And welcome the wine for the ladies. Good evening. Look at this beautiful audience. Hey, look at this Muppet shot of a front row as well. Fantastic. Hey, what's your name, sir? Callum. Callum? Beautiful British name. What do you do, Callum? You're a student. What are you studying, young man? DT, physics and maths. Well, here's all you need to know about physics, mate. That's it. Now, the point is, because I'm worried about this kid, because you've got nothing to look forward to. Yeah, I mean, did you even believe there's a God, son? Do you believe there's a God? Huh? You don't believe there's a God? Yeah? You don't believe there's a God? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I will prove for you now, right, live on stage here this evening, that there is a God. Yeah, and I'm not going to use Bible blah blah or Vicar waffle, right? Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use common sense reasoning from within my brain, right? And when I prove that there's a God, I want you to stand on your feet, turn to this audience and say, I believe, yeah? You up for that? Good boy, excellent. Thanks for volunteering. Now, the point is this, there's obviously a God. I see proof of God's existence in creation every single day. The beautiful butterfly's wing, the dolphin cresting the wave, the smallpox virus in action. Wherever I look, I see the existence of God, right? Yeah? And I mainly know there's a God using common sense every time I look in the sky and see a jumbo jet flying in the sky, right? Because I know nothing about physics. I know nothing about lift, thrust, drag, aerodynamic coefficients between different aerofoil surfaces, about thrust vectors from engines. I know nothing about any of that bollocks. Right? I've never even heard of any of it. But what I do know, without a shadow of a doubt, is that a jumbo jet is too heavy to get off the ground, isn't it? It's too heavy to fly. And this is where divine intervention comes in, where God comes in. That jumbo jet gets to the end of the runway, like that. And prepares to take off. At this precise moment, God is up in heaven, looking down, right? From heaven. Now, no one knows where that is. It could be in the sky, it could be in space. Maybe it's behind the moon, personally. I think it's behind the moon. What's going on? They nearly saw me, that was close. Lightning. Disappear again. Like that. God's up in heaven, and he looks down to the runway, and he hears a sound coming from the aeroplane. Not the sound of the engines powering up for takeoff. No, the sound of incessant, fervent praying. Please, God, make it get off the ground. Please, I want to go on holiday. I don't want to catch fire at the end of the runway and the fence. Please, make it fly. Please, God, please, 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 please. Like that. And that's just the crew. God hears this. God hears this and he's reminded of something. He's reminded of a promise he made to mankind over 100 years ago, on September the 17th, 1903. Because on September the 17th, 1903, God was up in heaven, looking down at the world, and he heard two men arguing, two men rowing with one another. He looked down and he could see they were arguing over this strange contraption on the ground, this weird thing with wings and a tail and an engine. They were rowing with each other. He looked at it and thought, well, that's not going to fly, is it? That's never going to fly. That'd be reasonable. I mean, it's got wings, but the wings don't even flap. Hey, I've got all those birds flying around as a clue. What a tragic waste. Hey, yeah, come on, that's not going to fly. And they were arguing. The Wright brothers were kicking off. No, you listen to me, you fool. There ain't no way this aeroplane going to fly. Brothers. Now, God heard this. They thought they're going to kill each other. Well, I've got to step in. So at the precise moment of takeoff, he reached down with his almighty right hand, picked up the aeroplane, and carried it round the prairie. Holy shit! Woo! And as a result, mankind achieved its first ever powered flight. But God had snookered himself, hadn't he? Because from that moment on, he's obliged to make every other plane that flies according to those physical principles fly. And that's why the 20th century turned to shit, because God was too busy juggling aeroplanes to listen to us, wasn't he? Yeah? All day, every day, Heathrow Airport. Oh, Christ, stacking back this afternoon. It's busy down there, all Stansted as well. Oh, no, get me, oh, quick. Shoreham Airport. Just... was won. Now, Heathrow all day. That's why we won the Battle of Britain, isn't it? That's why the British won the Battle of Britain, because God, being British, was dropping German aeroplanes on the sly. Oh, there goes his Messerschmitt. And that proves the existence of God, doesn't it, son? Yeah, using common sense. On your feet, turn to this audience and say, I believe. On your feet, boy. That's it.
I believe there's a God.
Good boy. Fantastic. Beautiful. There you go, Pops, I've sorted that for you. It's been my pleasure drinking with you. See you again. Please take your glasses. Back to the bar.